This is going to be a rant, but I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck. And if people don't like what the fuck I gotta say, get the fuck off my page. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm go ahead and say it loud and clear. I'm gonna go ahead and say it as clearly as possible. You new age parents, or better yet, you parents as a whole, you need to control your kids. Y'all need to control your children. Your kids, fuck that. Y'all need to control your badass kids. And I'm telling you right now, in the future, once they get a little bit older, the real world, life as we know it, once they get out here in the real world, it's not going to be pretty for them. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to get killed. Because I realized something, man. These young folks out here think they're invincible. They think that they can get away with a whole bunch of bullshit. But in the end, they're going to meet some people that's not going to tolerate that disrespect. So guess what? They're going to get blown away. They are going to get blown away because of the stupid ass actions. But guess what? I'm not going to put all the faults, on these kids out here. It's y'all adults. It's y'all parents. Where the fuck are the parents at? You know, you got these young kids out here running wild, jumping on cars, destroying property, and for what? Where are the parents? And you know what? This is getting way worse now. This is getting worse. You have the school districts, the public school districts or whatever, man. A lot of teachers are leaving school grounds. They are quitting. They're basically quitting. They're retiring as teachers because of the disrespect for the students. And number two, because of the low pay, because of the low wages, because a lot of teachers don't get paid well like that. So they search for better ways they search for new jobs to get better pay, to get better incomes. But for the most part, it's the disrespect of what they receive from the students. These students, I understand that these kids are young and they don't understand. But without the discipline and without the guidance, you're going to develop kids that will not respect the law. They will never respect the law, man. We gotta teach and steer and discipline these kids out here, man. Because these kids are the future. They really are. They are the fucking future, but we don't see that, man. You wanna know why? Listen, all of this shit has been designed, man, for the parents to not teach their kids. Because number one, don't get me wrong, you got a lot of parents that don't give a fuck about their kids, and also, you got a lot of parents out here that don't need to be parents. That's number one. You got a lot of parents out here that don't need to be parents. They just need to be adults and do their own fucking thing. But also, you have parents that care somewhat or whatever, but at the same time, they can't discipline their kids like they should because they have to worry about their jobs. And you got parents out here that may be working 2 jobs and they be so tired and stressed out on their jobs, and then they got to worry about their kids and all that stuff, and they can't discipline their kids like they should because they've been working 2 jobs and all that stuff, and their jobs are stressing them out, so they can't tend to their kids like they should. And they know that their kids is bugged out, bugging out here in these damn streets. So I get why, parents, you got some parents that do care, but they can't tend to their kids all the time because because of the parents maybe having 2 jobs and all that stuff. I get it. The stress of having 2 jobs, trying to maintain a steady household, trying to pay your bills, it's very stressful. And they can't watch over their kids like they should. But they know but in some cases, they know their kids is bugging out. They know their kids is acting wild. But they can do only so much. I get that. But for the most part, man, we as adults need to go back to the old school way of doing things. We have to go back to the old school ways of discipline. You know what I'm saying? We have to serve up some ass whoopings. You hear me? We may have to ass whip our children, like our grandparents and our grandparents and our great grandparents have done. You know what I'm saying? A hard head makes a soft ass. It is so true. A hard head makes a soft ass. And I see a lot of soft ass teenagers out here. You know what I'm saying? You got all these teenagers out here, man. Like the young ones, man. It's like they have no fear. They act like they have no fear. But at the same time, though, you still got to give them that old school discipline. You still got to teach and teach and steer them. So you teach and steer them in the right direction. But at the same time, still maintain that hardcore discipline. Still maintain that hardcore discipline. And as we as adults, we need to be an example of that. We need to be an example to show these kids that we have to show them a better way. We have to show these kids that there is a better way, and make sure to teach and make sure to teach their kids that if you want to do good in life, be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just tell them that just be better than me. You know what I'm trying to say. Because I know a lot of these adults out here made bad choices. At least you can do is to tell your sons and daughters that be better. You know what I'm saying? Do better and be better. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can tell them for the most part. Do better and be better, and make a better way for yourself, man. But you got all these kids out here, man, that's acting a damn fool, clowning. That's because we as adults have dropped the ball. And now you got schools out here, man, that's literally passing these kids, knowing damn well that these kids are not on the right grade level when it comes to their subjects. So you got students out here that's seventh grade, but they're reading on the fourth grade level. That's not good. That's not good at all. That lets you know that the system is failing these kids, and as we as adults, as parents, we are failing our kids as well. They cannot be failing like this. We have to put our foot down, and we have to get on the ball when it comes to teaching our kids, man. We're gonna have to. I'm tired of these new age parents, these new age adults out here, man, or adults in general that let these kids get away with the bullshit, man. And, it all starts at the home. It all starts at us. It all starts at the home. It all starts with us in the mirror. We have to look in the mirror and make sure we have to make those changes within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, man. If we don't make the necessary changes for ourselves, then how in the hell can our kids do better? It's all up to us, man. We have to look in the mirror and check ourselves. It's on us as adults to make that difference in our kids' lives. Because I'm tired of all the bullshit, man. I'm tired of all the unnecessary jibber jabber and all that bullshit. Listen, man. When it came to the Columbine shootings, man, the Columbine shooters, I could be wrong, but those two dudes, they killed all those kids in that school. They were millennials. They were millennials. But for the most part, the adults at that time, they didn't do a damn thing. So what does that tell you? That lets you know that those adults at that time had the potential to stop that shooting. But guess what? They did because they were so focused on themselves, and for the most part, they did not give a fuck. They did not give a damn about those two boys who committed those shootings. They did not give a fuck about those two boys who did those shootings. They didn't give a damn. They did not give a fuck about those two boys. They just only cared about themselves. And they didn't want to put the blame on Marilyn Manson, the rock and roll singer, Marilyn Manson. But all the while, it was the adults' fault because they had the potential to stop that whole massacre. You know what I'm saying? Where the hell would the parents say? We had, back then, those adults at that time had a responsibility to curb that shit, but they didn't. But they want to pass the blame on everybody else. And it's still going on to this day. We want to pass the blame on everybody else, but we don't want to put the blame on ourselves, man. Because like I said before, and I say it again, not all the time, but sometimes the problem can be you. Yes, the problem can be you, adults. Get on the fucking ball and and discipline your kids, man. Teach them for right and wrong. Tell them that they're not invincible. And tell them that the real world is a cold bitch. And you will get burned by the world. Either you be in jail or you can die in these cold ass streets. The world is unforgivable. The world don't give a damn. The world does not give a damn about you. You're on your own for the most part. And by you being on your own, you better be on your P's and Q's. You better start acting like a civilized adult. Because this world is a bitch and it will shut your ass down within a blink of an eye. But that's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say. We as adults, man, we have to get on the ball and really teach and steer, really teach and steer and discipline our children. Because if we don't discipline them, I guarantee you, the streets will. And by the streets, listen, the streets don't love nobody. There's one word that describes the streets: wrong. It's wrong. It's all wrong. And once you get involved in the streets, there's a good chance that you will die. And once you die, there's no turning back. Once you die, you can't come back. That's it. You basically ruin your fucking life. But going back to these adults, man, we got to get on the ball. Do what y'all need to do. In order for, what I'm saying, just do what you need to do, man, so you can help your children. No more. I'm just tired of all the bullshit. I'm just tired of all the bullshit. I really am, man. But that's all I gotta say about that, man. Sure, that's all I gotta say. So yeah, man. So thank you so much, and have a good day.